I feel a bit ill. Hi, I'm Ellie and welcome to the first episode of Exposure. So I'm here today with Molly Dine and we're going to be talking about our experiences with anxiety. Oh, this is like, what do? Do I ask how you are? So, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling quite good. I'm excited to be on this podcast and discuss things that I think people need to hear.
Yeah. You've done it before, haven't you?
Yeah, I was on a podcast more speaking about my mental health journey.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I feel like
this is more
a bit of an opening up. In
yeah,
terms of
because
help.
that was quite deep, whereas this is more like, I say light-hearted, not that mental health should be light-hearted or anything, but like, do you know what I mean?
It's more of like a less
just not
deep
thinking,
look
just a conversation about it instead of having to like cry over it.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, I'm going to ask the first question. So how old was you when you was diagnosed?
I was 14, so quite young.
And that's year 10, 9? 10.
9.
9 going into 10. You're the oldest in your year, so
I'm
year
oldest
9.
in my year. Year 9,
Yeah.
How about you?
I was quite young. I think I was younger than you.
Mm.
I know what year it was. I don't know how old. Oh.
What year was it?
2015. 12?
12.
I was
Yeah.
12
Wow.
when I was diagnosed.
Was it hard getting diagnosed? It was hard for me.
I didn't know what it was because when I was diagnosed, because of like, you don't really get taught about it.
Yeah.
So I was just sort of like, oh, cool, I don't know what this is, but I'll just have to put up with it. It's life. But my mum has it as well.
Yeah.
And she took me to the doctors with her and was explaining it. I can't remember being in the doctors, but I don't remember it fully.
Yeah.
And she was talking about and explaining what was wrong with me because I didn't have a clue what was going on. And then the doctor was going to put me through CAMS, but then my mum was like, no, I don't want her to do counselling because she's too young or something. Well, I can't really remember, but she just didn't want me to go through with it. And I only found that out because 2 years ago I went back to the doctors to talk about it.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, well, we tried to put you through into CAMS when you was younger, but you just didn't or whatever. So I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard a very good thing about CAMS.
No, my experience with CAMS wasn't the best. It was more of they see you for a few weeks just to get you on the medication and they don't care about you afterwards. Stuff like that.
But obviously when you're younger, you need the support around you because if you don't know what's going on yourself, it's like, well, you're just giving me a drug.
Yeah.
And trying to like just get him over the
Dose me
shoulder.
up.
Yeah. And do you remember your first feeling of anxiety or your first panic attack?
Oh, God. It's not so much I remember my first one, but I remember my first kind of big, overwhelming
Yeah, or like
one.
one that you always remember.
I'd always have panic attacks over silly little things, like stuff that I can't even remember. But the first big one, which I did speak about when I did a podcast before, was when a teacher came around my house without any of my family there, knocking on my door, like saying, Molly, I'm here to take you to school. Open the door, I'm here to take you to school, because I went to school literally around the corner from my house. And I was sitting underneath my bedroom window, which overlooked the front door.
Yeah.
Crying, like panicking, trying to ring my mum and whisper like she's outside.
Was your mum at work?
Mum was at work, yeah. Stepdad was at work. My siblings weren't born yet.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just me alone in the house when I was... So this was before I got diagnosed.
How old? Oh, so you were like 13,
I was
14.
I was like 13, yeah. It was just after... So I had an operation for gallstones, which kind of caused the anxiety.
Yeah.
Having all that time off of school. It was just after my operation that happened. So between 12 and 14 years old, it was in that period of time. And that was the first... That's the thing that is in my mind when I think of anxiety attacks and like these big feelings that I get. I always think back to. I always think that was one of the worst things I ever felt, and it was because of school.
Do you ever, when you're about to like, when you're feeling like you're going to have a panic attack, because you can sort of, because sometimes for me, I know when it's coming, but then sometimes it's just so like abrupt and you're like, oh my God, why is that happening right now? This is silly. But like when that happens with you and you feel the lead up to it, do you remember the really bad one and then it sort of calms you down? Because it's like, it's not as bad as it was. Does that make sense?
In a sense, yeah. More like present day now, I've come so far and I do look back and think, right, I'm not going to let myself feel as bad as I did then. I know stuff now. I know how to deal with things now.
Yeah.
There's other ways I can cope. Do you remember a big anxiety attack you ever had?
I don't really know. I had a lot of anxiety, because the thing is, I don't think I can remember my first anxiety attack because I just always had anxiety. Like it never went away. Whereas now it's sort of like you obviously always have anxiety. It doesn't just come and go, but it's always like in the pit of your stomach.
It's not attacking.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not attacking you. But it was always attacking me.
Yeah, like
so
literally.
I don't think there was really a moment where I didn't feel anxious, but because I was it just felt normal. Type of thing. So it wasn't like, oh, I feel really anxious today. It was just sort of like, this is how it feels.
Yeah, it's like recently I've been feeling anxious and stuff about like uni, stuff like that, about where I want to go, where I want to move, coming to the end of my college life, which I've loved so much, but I haven't let it evolve into this big thing that, like, with what happened with that lady outside my house.
I've had a few people like in work and stuff, and like family say to me, oh, what are you going to do when you leave college? And I'm just like, I feel like crappy for saying I haven't thought about it yet. No. I have, but it's like I don't want to let myself think about it because one, we've got this final major project that we need to literally 100% on. Yeah. Why am I going to be looking at jobs at the same time and then thinking, oh my God, I need a good CV. The CV's bad, and doing a CV when I've got other work to do.
Yeah, that's the thing with anxiety. You take it as it comes. Thinking too much into the future. For some people it helps, but for me, for you,
definitely not.
I need to know what's happening now and be sure on what's happening now rather than thinking about where I'm going to be in a year's time.
So that was like the worst and the biggest one?
That's the one that's the most indented in my mind.
Or have you had one, not more recently, but obviously you're 19 now.
Yeah.
So that was quite a while ago.
5 years, yeah.
Has there been one from like, say like from when you left school, like 16?
Yeah. So start of college, as we was applying for colleges and stuff. Yeah. I had quite another like pivotal one.
Well, I'm not surprised really because you was in school and then you were having to join another.
It wasn't even to do with that. It was more the sense of when I turned up to the like day to get your place for college. Yeah. I didn't get onto the level 3 course that we're on now. And I had to go on to the level 2, and it was just this sense of panic that I had this idea set in my mind that I was going to go on to the level 3. I was going to do journalism.
You had your heart set on it.
I had my heart set on it. And I'd had a taste today. I'd met people I liked. And I thought, I can be friends with them. And being told that I can't do that I have to go back a stage, kind of really hurt. I have...
In the situation you was in as well, because you figured out that you would be okay. Yeah. And then you got told that you basically wouldn't be okay. And then you freaked out.
And... it was just a massive thing. Like our tutor now remembers the day it happened because he just remembers my mum kicking off, being a mum, you know. Yeah, and especially
like not even just being a mum, like your mum with everything that she's had. Both of you have had to go through together. She kicked off.
She's been with me through everything. She's seen how at that point I had grown so much to even want to be going off to college, whereas a couple of years before I weren't leaving my room. Yeah. So she kind of kicked up this big storm, which. It didn't make things worse, but it made me more panicky. And then I went and sat in the car and cried my eyes out and went all red. And then went back into college and had to have my photo taken for my college ID, which my face is all red and puffy.
I remember my one.
Memorabilia of
it's like always around your neck. Yeah, my one was really bad. What is that called? No. It's the day you go in to sign like all the enrollment, all the paperwork and stuff. Everyone was there with their parents. I went by myself. My mum was at work. Bearing in mind, I'd never been to in my life.
Did that cause you anxiety going on your own?
The thing is with my anxiety, it's a bit weird because the best it's ever been was that part of that time when we left school. Yeah. Because I really tried hard to push because I moved school. Yeah. So once I'd moved school, not much had changed, but I had better friends and I felt more comfortable around people. But when I left, it was like, you obviously thought, oh my God, I'm grown up. Yeah. I've left school. I've completed it. Obviously not. Stage. Yeah. But like thinking there's no next stage and thinking, oh my God, like this is it. I'm going to be 16 forever. Mm-hmm. But then part of me was like, because you know, like everyone's like, this is going to be the best summer of your life. You're never going to have a summer this good ever. I was like, really need to grab that and like live it. So I did, and I literally, so in my school there was 3 buildings and you wouldn't really know anyone that was in the other buildings. I don't know how I got invited. It was a kid that was in the purple one, which is the grammar school. Oh. He had a party for his 16th. And I think I made friends, my friend Lily, who's got the same birthday as me.
Shout out Lily.
She randomly invited me, like, oh, do you want to come to my house because I was friends with a couple of people from the school, and she was friends with them, and they was there. So I just come over, and normally I'd be like, no, I can't do that, I can't.
But you decided.
But I was like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make new friends, because like literally all my attitude was just fuck it the whole time, and it was so good for me.
Yeah.
And the same with that party. I didn't know anyone. I was going with Lily, I'm pretty sure. Didn't know anyone. Everyone there went to my school, and I didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go. Literally, what have I got to lose? That's what my attitude was. What have I got to lose? And what is the worst that could happen? And if I don't like it, I can just go home.
I think that's a good attitude to have. Like, what have I got to lose? Obviously, with anxiety, we've had moments where we do think about everything that we can lose, and we think about all the things we've struggled with.
Yeah. Sorry, is that 24 minutes or 20?
2050.
Okay, we'll just keep going in a bit. Or should we stop it now because we've just stopped the conversation? You were saying it's a good attitude to have when you say fuck it, and what have you got to lose with anxiety?
Okay, I'll start from there. Saying fuck it, swearing a lot of bleeps, is the attitude to have sometimes with anxiety. Obviously, there's circumstances where things do hold us back, but the amount of times I've said fuck it, I think things have gone well for me. Yeah,
I think it's sort of, I don't think it'd be a good mindset for me to have all the time.
No.
I think for, like I said, that part of my life, that was the best for me to do, and college.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we'll talk about the first day of college in a sec. I don't want to ramble on too much. But like, it's a good mindset to have in certain situations, but all the time being like, fuck it, I don't care about my anxiety. Like, for some people that might be good, but I don't think that would be for me, because then that's like neglecting.
Not all the time, but moments. Is there like a moment recently when have you said fuck it?
This,
exactly. A moment recently for
I
me.
literally, sorry to cut you up. Before you was here, I texted you and Jess, but you was driving, so I was like, she's not going to see, cool. I literally thought I was going to vom.
Yeah.
And I had having breakfast, and I made an iced coffee upstairs. I couldn't drink it. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
When I was eating, I was fine. And then it just hit me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm doing a podcast. I'm really scared. And I literally thought I was going to be sick, and then you was here, and it was fine.
Yeah, exactly. You said fuck it. And you're going to have to keep bleeping these, but fuck it.
No, I don't think I will too much, because we're not saying, like, if we're not effing and blinding in every sentence.
We basically just have been.
Well, we just said fuck it, but, like,
fuck it,
we're not saying, like, you know.
Yeah, I had a fuck it moment recently, which was clicking accept on a uni offer.
What one?
UAL, University of London.
Oh yeah, because you was really struggling with what one you want to go to.
Yeah, because I was thinking, do I move away? Do I do this? That was
one that you was waiting.
But then I saw it. I got accepted. I said fuck it. I pressed that button, and now that will be where I'm going if I get the grade.
Yeah.
And moments like that. Sometimes, obviously, you overthink a lot, even without anxiety. And sometimes, at least for me, you do just need to think, no, I'm doing this. I
think that was more of like, compared to like this, that's a lot more of like a bigger fuck it moment.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bigger moment.
But like, that's deciding the next 3 years.
But this, for you, is a moment where
this is something that I've always wanted to do.
Exactly.
But it doesn't
you've said fuck it by finally doing it.
Yeah, plucking out the courage.
By finally pushing yourself to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on, should we move on?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to know, like, to do with your first day of college.
Yeah.
Because obviously, same course.
Oh, I had a great first day of college. That was another fuck it moment.
Oh my God, I've just remembered my first day. I thought it was really good, but it really wasn't.
Oh,
Continue.
You weren't even there on the first day, were you?
Second day I didn't come in.
Oh,
and I missed out so much because everyone became friends, and I walked in, I was like, who are you?
Well,
and
I loved the first day of college. Like I said, that was a fuck it moment, because I walked in. First off, I nearly went into the wrong class until I saw Paul, and he was like, "Oh, are you for level 2?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Down that corridor." I walked in, saw the only girl in the room. I wouldn't go sit next to a guy because they scare me sometimes.
Who was it? Oh yeah.
I saw her. I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I went and sat next to her. I introduced myself straight off the bat with like fresh anxiety in me, and I thought, this is how I'm gonna make this year one of the best years it can be. I'm going to be confident.
You've got to fake it as well.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
That's what I did.
And for a while, that group of friends we had, I loved.
They were good people.
It was always so fun to be friends with them.
Yeah.
And I never had a friend group
and
like that.
I think for you especially, because for me, they were sort of like my friends in school.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really any different, whereas for you, you hadn't experienced a proper friendship group in a school because you didn't really go to school. So that was sort of like your school experience in the first year.
All I'd had before a group of friends was my best friend, because we didn't want to have any other friends because we didn't.
And you was also in very similar circumstances.
Yeah. So having that group of friends and meeting a group of people for that fuck it moment was amazing. And I loved our first year of college.
Oh, on it, yeah. Even though, like, you was gutted that you didn't get into level 3, I so also applied for it, and I was kind of thinking, like, oh, like, we wouldn't be in college right now.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of like, we're a year behind, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know how I scraped a merit in that class, but I don't really care.
I got a distinction. Okay. Friends.
I'm pretty sure you did my work in there anyway.
Yeah, we won't say that.
But, no, I wouldn't change any of it, really.
Yeah.
Right, well, let's talk about my first day of college, because that relates back to anxiety. So, I remember, so there was a girl in our class that I was already friends with, which made me feel so much better, because I was absolutely bricking it. Because it was kind of giving me flashbacks to my first day when I moved school.
Yeah.
Because I don't really talk about it. I don't think I've ever spoken about it to you. I don't really say about it. But I mainly moved school because it was an all-girls school.
Yeah.
But I just didn't fit in, and it was absolutely horrible for me. Like, I'd be calling my mum at lunch, going to the toilet the whole of lunch by myself, because the toilets were absolutely massive. Like, they weren't like college ones. They was like in different blocks of the school. It was just like 2 classroom size full of toilets.
Love that.
So I would just go in there. They were quite nice toilets as well. It was sort of like Harry Potter vibes.
Harry Potter vibes.
I don't know why, but it just reminds me.
Secrets.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd go in there all the time. But it was sort of, I did it to myself, really.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't the people because I wanted to be in the popular group. I was like, I want to be friends with the popular girls. So it was either you've got the popular girl, like, they was lovely. I would, if I've seen them out, and I still say hello, because obviously, you know, like, I know of them type of thing. But it's like when you're 11 and you move to a big new school and you're by yourself, because no one from my primary school went there, you're like, I really want to be with the popular girls.
Yeah,
but I think that's just I don't know about boys, but I think for girls, that's just what any girls like. They want to be with the popular girls. They want to go to all the parties. They want to do all this stuff and this and that. Yeah. But I think, I don't know what stopped me, really. I just didn't really click with them. Yeah. And I didn't click with anyone. And I would just, it was kind of like, I can't remember how I felt because I've blurred it out.
Yeah.
Because that is, like, that was around the time that I did get diagnosed. Okay, Jess is over there taking selfies.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Sorry, I really need to burp.
There you go. Yeah, I get what you're saying in terms of, like, moving and wanting to be friends with the popular group.
I really rambled, didn't I? I'm sorry. I didn't even get to my point.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
Carry on.
Sorry, I didn't get to my point. You'll understand my point.
Go on.
Yeah, so I moved school.
Yeah.
And when I moved, I literally, because considering I don't remember anything really from my first secondary school, oh my God, I remember the first day like it was yesterday at the new school I moved to. I remember walking up the stairs. I was like, I'm going to shit myself. I was so scared, but like I wasn't that scared. I remember my mum was like, hey, breathe through your nose and out your mouth, because my little sister went to that school.
Yeah.
So my mum would drop her to school and then drop me, because they was down the road from each other. And I got in there really quickly because of like the borough thing, and I had a sister in the school. So I was there, and my sister was like, Ellie, you'll be fine. Like, it's such a good school. And I'm just like, shut up, you're literally 11, leave me alone. Like, she was only trying to help, but you know, you're just like, go away. Yeah, because it was in year 9, so 13. Yeah. I was 13, so like, you're at that stage, you're like, don't talk to me, leave me alone.
In America.
Yeah, and I just remember walking in, and you had the table in the middle. It was form, because their form time was in the morning. So you had the table in the middle, full of the popular people. Literally, I could still name every single person that was on that table. I remember it so well. And then you had all the other little tables, and the tutor was like, okay, Ellie, you're going to sit with this table over here, because they were nice girls, because I think she knew not to put me with the popular people, because they weren't, in school they weren't very nice.
Yeah.
But
and
they just didn't,
little group. Probably.
Yeah, and they didn't seem like they'd warm to someone new.
Sorry.
That's fine. Whereas like the people that I got put with, they were nice.
Yeah.
They were a bit strange. Like, they weren't really my type of people, but then I found my people in the end, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember it so well, but I was so nervous. Oh my God, I didn't even get to my point again. My first day at my secondary school, I freaked out, and I was just so nervous, and that just, honestly, that ruined the rest of my school years.
Yeah.
Because I was just so nervous. Like, like anyone sort of that was in my classes, like I was just the shy girl that sat in the corner. I wouldn't put my hand up. Like you would never think that was me now.
That's so weird.
Like I'd sit in the back of my maths class by the window every single time. I don't know why. I just wanted to be at the back because I liked being able to see everyone. I didn't like being at the front and people could see me.
Yeah.
And my teacher would be like, Ellie, do you have the answer? Like not even being horrible, with such a nice teacher as well.
Yeah.
Like, do you have the answer? And I'd go bright red. I'd have the answer, but like I also, because I'm not very smart, I'm not very clever in case you couldn't tell, somehow got my maths GCSE.
She doubts herself.
No, I'm not very clever. I'm not very bright, as they say. But yeah, so I just wouldn't ask for help. Yeah. And I think that's sort of, I still don't really ask for help, but I just ask a lot of questions, but I think it's because I know I can. Like, I feel like I've got the power to ask all those questions, so I do.
Too many questions.
And then, like, with college, I was like, I can't let that happen again because it's just going to ruin the whole thing because you can't really go back on yourself after that because it's also embarrassment. So I walked in, I was like, right, Ellie, you've got to act as if you own this place. And it made me feel better because I remember you saying you felt scared of me. But not that when you said that made me feel better, but it made me feel better thinking people were scared of me because I was so used to being scared of everyone. Yeah. So I was like, people were going to fucking bow down to me. They're going to be scared of me. No, I don't think that.
You definitely thought that.
Not bow down, but I thought they were going to be scared of me. Like, I need to walk in like I own it.
Yeah. With confidence.
Yeah, not rude. I wasn't very rude at all. I was a nice person and I still am. Okay.
Carry on.
Yeah, so I was like, I need to walk in like I literally own this motherfucking place. Like, I need to. And like I said, it made me feel better that I already knew someone there because we went in together. And it was fine.
Yeah.
Deep down, I was like, I'm going to literally die. Like, I want to go home. This is horrible. On my way there, oh my God, it was awful. And I was anxious. I still get anxious on my way to college, and I don't know why. But I faked it and I made it.
Do you think maybe in a sense it helped both of us with anxiety that we did go on to level 2?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't full of people that knew exactly what they wanted to do.
I think it eased us in to the whole college experience because if we went on to level 3 straight away, like think about it, obviously we know what we want to do because we did level 2.
Yeah.
But the people that were on it who joined, they were like, oh, I really want to do radio. Oh, I really want to do this.
Whereas
or they're also just very smart people.
Yeah.
And they're really intellectual. And like I said, I'm not that bright. So it's like I'm walking in. And I also think it's character building.
Yeah.
Like level 2, like really, I'm not the same person as I was before college. I'm a better person, I think. Yeah. And I think that is because of being there for so long.
Yeah.
Because some people need it, some people don't.
I get anxious about leaving college now.
I don't think about it.
I do, because where we have been there for long, I've become used to everyone, and I don't want to have to go through it again.
I applied for that job there, didn't I?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really like fully. I'm glad I didn't take it.
Yeah. Because
I don't really know even what I want to do, and like it just wouldn't have been right. But part of me was like, oh, I really want to stay because like I'll be with Graham, I'll be with Jess, I'll be with this and that. I know where the canteen is, I know where the toilets are, I know how to get here, I know the timings of how to get here, and the times of the shuttle bus, and it's like, I know the vibe here, so sweet.
It's
why
familiarity.
Not? Yeah, and it was just sort of like, I'm just not ready to leave. But like now, as time's going on, it's just sort of like, suck it up. We're gonna go. What can you do about it?
I'm gonna cry on the last day.
Oh, I'm gonna cry my eyes out. But I could cry now about it, but I'm saving it. I need to burp again.
Right, let's move on to the next.
Sorry.
one.
Oh my God, we're not even halfway through. Oh yeah, because one of them, but I feel like because ours are quite similar. How would you describe your personal type of anxiety to someone? Because obviously you could say I have anxiety, but ours are sort of similar, but they're not, because not everyone's anxiety is the same.
I'm diagnosed with social anxiety.
I don't know what kind I'm diagnosed. I just got told I have anxiety.
Yeah, you can just have general anxiety.
Yeah.
But mine is social. My mic sounds.
Well, you don't really like going out sometimes.
Yeah.
So that does explain it.
No, thank
but then
you.
when we did go out the other not even the other night, it's a month ago now.
Yeah. I had a lovely time.
You was so like, you was really bricking it, and I was like, you need to come because you get FOMO.
Yeah.
And you won't know till you go because you've never been there before, and you really liked it.
I'm 19 and that was my first clubbing experience.
And it was great.
Because I fear the thought of going out and having to face people.
But then, because I remember I said to not a few people, like one or two, talking about it, and I was like, I think I'm going to have Molly get ready with me because I know she's going to be nervous. And I said this to you. And I kind of feel like me and you being friends is like, it's good for each other because you've done things you wouldn't have gone clubbing if you was just friends with your like best friend still. I mean, you still are, but like just her.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go out clubbing because neither of you really like that. You going to the field. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But like, you like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't really experience anything new.
Well, even to be fair, my best friend does like going clubbing. She always goes clubbing near where she lives, and I always say no. I suppose it's a little bit
nicer there though, or is it not?
No, she goes. What's it called? Tap and Tim.
Oh, I ain't got a clue where that is.
It's like they play all rock music and edgy music and all that, and I'm like, I'll stay at home.
I suppose that's her vibe though, isn't it?
It's her vibe, but it's not mine. And club in general is not my vibe until I do push myself.
What are your triggers with your anxiety? Is it more of a social situation because you're
it's social situations or the thought of social situations, stuff like that. I don't know. I come across when I'm in groups of people as very confident, I think, or I try to be very confident.
I was going to say, do you do that to try and cover it up?
Because I don't want to sit there and be really quiet and people be like, what is wrong with her? So I talk a lot. Sometimes I talk too much. And I am very well aware of that. And sometimes I don't like silence. That can be a trigger for me. If I'm in a room of silence, I'll start making a noise or I'll start singing or I'll say something to make it not silent. Because it sounds so deep, but that's when I get thinking, like, there's silence, so it gives me time to think.
And you're like, oh my God, why are they not talking to me?
Yeah, why are we so silent? Like, what's going on
Have
right
I
now?
said something that I shouldn't have said? Yeah.
So I'll sit there and, like, start singing. G, L.
Okay. Copyright, please. Okay, my triggers.
Yeah, what are yours?
It varies. I feel making myself anxious thinking about it because I'm trying to concentrate. I don't know. The feeling of feeling sick. So like before doing this, I was nervous about it, as you would, because you just get. Because also, my mum has always said to me, your brain gets confused with excitement and makes it think you're nervous. Yeah. So every single time I tried to think that, and it probably was because I was excited, because once we sat down here, I was like, oh my God, I'm really excited. And I just had like loads of adrenaline. Yeah. So it probably was because I was excited, but because it's the same sort of feeling in your tummy. It's like, oh my God, I'm nervous. And then because it's like, this was my thought process behind it all, and this is what it always seems to be. I ate an hour before. I looked at the time, it was 1:16, and I thought to myself, if I've eaten, that gives me about an hour to sort of let it sit and stuff like that. Because if you freshly eat and you're anxious, game over. But yeah, so I thought, oh my God, I feel a bit nervous about it. And then I was like, oh my God, I've eaten. Oh my God, I'm going to be sick. Oh my God, what if we're going to be sitting in the studio, the door's going to be locked, we're going to be recording, what if I need to go and be sick, but I can't get in the house on time, I don't want to be sick on the grass.
There's been a few times where
that's it, and it goes that quick in my head.
Where you've, to me, said you feel sick, and I've seen you get quite anxious. Stuff like that.
And the thing is as well, when I get anxious, it's a bit of a blur.
Yeah.
Like, I had a panic attack the other day, and oh my God, it was so like abrupt, like we were talking about before, and I can't remember it.
Yeah.
When anxious, and I get anxious in the car when I drive places. Like my mum will drive me to school. It's just I think it's because it's going. I don't know what it is. I'm not because I was nervous to go to school.
Yeah.
I just get anxious when I'm driving somewhere. When I'm being driven somewhere.
Yeah, it's because you're in a confined space, probably.
I think it's just also like I think a lot about what will happen if I feel sick right now.
Yeah.
Where will I go? Where will I be okay? Where can I go where no one will know? Or like here, it's like if I felt sick right now, I'd be getting really hot, feeling like I'm really red.
I'm the same with because of my IBS from my operation. I'm the same with that. So mine's more the thought of what if I need to go to the toilet.
Yeah, wherever you go, I always need to know where the toilet is first. But it's not even because I rarely throw up from being anxious. It's mostly like earlier. I was like, if I go to the toilet right now, I'll be sick because I'll be allowing myself. And I was like, I do try to like stop allowing myself to feel like that, because I was like, why are you literally doing this right now? You need to grow the fuck up. You're immature for feeling like that. Like, why am I getting anxious to do a podcast with my friend?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. In a place where I know where I am, I'm safe.
Yeah.
And I know where both the toilets are. But it's like, it's just silly, and you sort of need to like. And what helps me recently is telling myself to shut up out loud. Or I know it sounds bad, but I was going like this earlier to sort of distract, because it's like I feel sick, so it's like now I'm focusing on my hand hitting my leg, but it doesn't hurt. It's just like a different feeling, and that helped.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one was counselling, but you already said that in the beginning, so I'm not going to ask that again because there's no point going over it. So I was going to say, how did you find it? And you said you didn't like it. Period.
No, so I liked counselling, not with CAMS though. I had counselling with other people, and it really helped.
So apart from CAMS, have you had a good...
Yeah.
Okay, apart from CAMS, have you had a good counselling experience?
I actually have. Obviously, it's hard to find the right counsellor and stuff. I've been through quite a few.
Yeah.
But when I found the one that I had for the longest period of time after everyone else, it was amazing. You know, she really helped me through a lot. And I'm really thankful for that. Obviously, counselling doesn't work for some people, but for me it did. And I'm happy, in a sense, to say that I am a success story when it comes to counselling, because I've got through the other side of it feeling better rather than feeling worse.
Yeah.
Some people do feel worse. Have you had counselling?
Yeah, but I didn't feel better or worse. Yeah. But I wouldn't say it doesn't work for me, because I did it last year.
Yeah, I think.
Because I remember, so this was my thought process behind it all. I was like, it was in March. So I turned 18 in March, 11th of March. I was going to say Pisces, but I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to say that's embarrassing. Yeah, so I thought, I'm turning 18 now. Up to that point, I'd never done anything about my anxiety. I just put up with it. I went to the doctors about other things, and then where I said, he said, oh yeah, like, did you not go to counselling or something? Because I think I said, like, I've been feeling really anxious and I just want to sort of find out.
Yeah.
Because I literally was like, I don't know what's going on. I just thought everyone had it, but I found out not a lot of people do. So then I went to doctors about IBS. Yeah. But that's sort of side note. It's mainly because, and then I haven't been diagnosed fully because I don't want to get a blood test. But anyway, so it was for that. And then, but from that, apart from that, which wasn't even for it, I'd never done anything about it. So I called my doctors because it was quite bad at this point. I mean, it had always been bad, but it was just more like taking a dwell on me. Yeah. Is that even right? Putting a dwell on me? Yeah. Dwelling on me.
Dwelling on you.
Oh, look at me using big words. Yeah, and I just thought, like, I can't keep not living like this and sound like really deep, but like, I can't carry on feeling like this all the time. Like, I want to do something about it. And I was like, I'm nearly 18. Like, I need to look after myself now because no one else is going to look after me. And it turning 18 did sort of like put my life into place. Yeah. I think anyway. Even though some might think I'm in the same position, but like, I don't think I am.
No, it's about what you think.
Yeah, so I called my doctors. Not gonna lie, my GP anyway is very useless, no offence. But she just sort of, she shut me down. Like, I was just saying, is there like can I find out more about medication? Because I was researching into it. Yeah. And I was like, there's this one, like, I mean, I've forgotten it all now because about a year ago. And I was like, I'm never gonna get it, so you know. So I was like, there's this like blah blah blah, could I get this help, this and that? Yeah. And she was like, no, you have to try every single option first.
Yeah, you have to have counselling before.
And I was like, okay, but I've not just been diagnosed, I've had it for about 5 years now, and I'm 18 and I'm asking you for your help. If I called and I was like on the edge, of like whatever, and you're telling me to do counselling, oh yeah, because that's going to fix all my problems, isn't it? Like, she was just very nice or supportive. Yeah. And that kind of made me feel really crap because I was like, well, the GP's supposed to care and she doesn't.
So the counselling that you did have
was through the GP. It was time to talk. Yeah. So I applied for it and I had a phone call in March. I think it was the 8th of March because it was just before my birthday. Yeah. And it's where you done like a summary of what you want to talk about and why you're doing this, a consultation type thing. And then you get put on a waiting list. And then I started in July and I had it for 6 weeks. And it was a bit annoying because I needed the counselling there and then. Yeah,
and you had to wait
when it was 4 months down the line, I wasn't that bad.
You were in a different place.
Mentally, I felt okay. So doing the counselling felt like a chore. Yeah. Like, I was like, I don't want to do this, but it's like, I can't not do this now because I've signed myself up for it and it's just rude.
That's what I mean. With my counselling, when it got to the point that it felt like a chore to go every week, that's how I knew I had nothing more to speak about. That's how I knew that there wasn't any more she could do for me.
Well, the thing is, in my counselling, I didn't even talk about it was so useless, I'm not gonna lie. But then other people say that they notice a difference in me.
Yeah.
But again, maybe it was just a slow process, and it's because I didn't really want to talk about what I wanted to speak about. Like, I was going Reading, right? Her name was Nora. She was nice, and she had a baby. I hope you're okay. Yeah, like, she was really nice. Like, it wasn't her fault because I didn't talk. Like, I sort of gave her a glimpse of what I wanted to speak about, but she didn't pick that out. Yeah. So I was like, well, I gave you a little sprinkle of it, and you're not taking that, so I'm not gonna tell you anymore. And I was going to Reading, and then I was a little bit nervous about it, and then she just started, like, I was just not lying, but I was just saying whatever just for it to be over. Yeah. And it was to do with, like, taking a teddy and, like, comfort items, and, like, certain things did sort of help, but I've signed up for counselling again. Yeah. Because, not that I'm in a bad mental state, it's just because I want to find out the deeper root of it and why. Because around the time that I was diagnosed was that time in school, and my nan had just died, but, like, that doesn't make sense. Why would I start having anxiety if my nan's just died? You know? I don't, like, that doesn't add up to me.
It doesn't come from something. It can develop from something.
Or, like, trigger, I don't know. Yeah. But that's the thing, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know why. Yeah. So it's just because I just want to find out why.
My counselling was good because it helped me find out why. So I do think if you persevere through it and push, then you could find the deeper root, and that's something that I would tell anyone that wants to try counselling.
And I think my reason for it as well was because I now know that it would be later along the line. Yeah. So it was around the similar time, so it'll be August, September, which is probably when I'll be stressed the fuck out because I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? So then I've sort of knew for future me that I'd need someone to talk to at that time. Yeah. So that's mainly why I did it as well, and it's free, so big up the NHS, but, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah.
How many more questions is there?
We don't have to do all of them. Next one is, because, hang on, this is sort of like explaining your type of anxiety and your triggers because they're obviously different. What happens when you're anxious, having an anxiety / panic attack? Are you shaking? Are you vomiting? Are you, like you said, you talk a lot? Yeah. But obviously you're not going to be talking a lot if you're having a panic attack. I suppose I said, or, like, when you feel anxious, what are your symptoms?
I don't know, it differentiates. Obviously I am loud all the time and all that. When I'm anxious, I'm more quiet. I have habits that I just do anyway, but they're magnified when I'm anxious. Like, my nails is awful, my skin is awful because I pick, and then when I'm extra anxious, I pick a lot and I leave scabs and cuts and everything.
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah. Pick my stuff. So that's a dead giveaway for when I'm feeling anxious. Other things is, like, my work drive is lower. I won't go into college because I'm feeling too anxious in the sense that I have no motivation and I just want to be in bed all day and stuff like that. Like, it's dead giveaways that I'm not in a good place. What about you? I mean, I put both mine on there. I shake and I feel sick. I don't always vomit, but I just feel really sick. And my heart goes, like, my heart just goes like this, and then my hands go like that, and then I don't really know. I don't really get anxious in college because, like, when you said how, like, you just want to stay in bed, like, I don't like that. No. If I feel anxious, I just want to be in bed, or my favourite place is my bathroom because I know I can sleep in there. I fit. It's cool. I like when the fan's on, when the light's on. I can lock the door and it's just a little spaces for me because I share a room, so I don't have the space just mine, and that's my space. Until someone needs to go and have a fat poo, and then
but we've got 2 toilets, so they can go down there, and the poo toilet is downstairs.
Okay,
not the bathroom. And, like, if I feel sick, it's fine. I've got the toilet there, and I also love the shower when I'm anxious. I like sitting in the shower and, like, just having my head down like this and, like, the water's going on.
That just shows you how different anxiety is. Like, yours is different to mine because I would rather be in bed for hours, and when I am really anxious, it's awful, but I just do not take care of myself in the sense that I won't eat, I won't clean my face.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
It's disgusting. When I have really bad anxiety, I won't, like, shower because it just feels so long for me to do.
Well, that happened to me in lockdown.
Yeah.
I didn't
and my armpits
shower
will grow really long, and
yeah, I do that anyway.
Yeah, I've got quite long armpits at the moment.
I shaved mine the other day, but they're a bit prickly. Yeah, no, that happened to me in lockdown. I didn't shower for a couple of days, and like even when I did shower, I didn't wash my hair.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my hair was not the other day because I don't have Snapchat anymore, but when I last was on there and I was scrolling through,
Yeah.
I saw the lockdown things because I was just bored. I think that's another thing why I deleted Snapchat, because when I'm bored, you just scroll on there, and what's the point? But I was just looking through pictures, and I was like, oh my god, you're literally disgusting. What is wrong with you? I would just sit in bed all day, doing nothing. But I suppose the lockdown, what else are you meant to do?
Yeah.
But like, you could at least get up, have a shower, wash your hair. Like now, I love doing that.
See, I don't.
I do.
When I'm in a good mood, then I like to take care of myself. You know.
Oh yeah, when I'm
I
in
have
a
a
good
whole
mood.
skincare routine that I do and all that. But even recently, when I've been feeling shit, I haven't been doing it. And even sense of like having to take tablets and stuff, I just don't have the motivation to do it, which is really awful.
And it makes you worse.
It does make me worse.
Yeah.
So. I'm also really forgetful with anxiety. That's another thing.
What do you mean?
Like, when I'm in a really anxious state, I won't remember things. So Finn will say stuff and be like, oh yeah, well, we were meant to be doing this later, or you said we'd do this. And I'll be like, I don't remember saying that. And then
It's
also
just because you're in a bit of a flush.
Yeah, like I forget to take my tablets.
Yeah,
and
you're in a
stuff
bit
like
of a flush, and you're preoccupied, even though you're not preoccupied doing anything. This one's a bit deep, but like I just put it because I thought, why not?
Yeah.
What's something related to your anxiety / mental health that you've never told anyone before, or you've only told a small minority of people? I think that's the right word. Or only a few people know.
Oh.
I wrote that, and then I was like, I don't think there's anything I even have, so how am I going to expect you? You know? From the top of my head, I can't think of anything.
Not stuff that I'd feel comfortable saying to a group of people on camera and stuff like that.
Is there stuff that is, or is there stuff that you've literally not told a soul? I suppose maybe you told your boyfriend, but
it's more things that I would do to cope with anxiety that probably weren't good.
Weren't or are?
Weren't good for me.
You don't do it anymore?
No.
Okay, I feel like it's kind of...
Yeah.
You know, at least you don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Obviously, it's very hard to speak about because when I was doing it, I didn't want people to be ashamed of me and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't do it
with
anymore.
Those kind of things, in the moment, you do it, and then, okay, this is a metaphor, sort of, or like a way for me to explain it.
Yeah.
You know when you're going out and you know you've got work the next day early, but you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna drink and I'll be fine.
Self-sabotage.
And then in the minute you're like, I'll be fine. I'm enjoying myself. I'm gonna have a drink. And then after you're like, why did I do that? And you just really regret it. That was me last night,
but not with alcohol. That was me staying up till 4 a.m. watching a TV show because it made me feel good.
What is it? This Is Us that you keep talking about.
That I keep talking about. Yeah.
I don't know what
that deals with mental health. You should all watch that.
Plug.
This Is Us on Disney Plus and Amazon Prime.
And then the other one, should I end it on this?
What is it?
Because that one I just asked you was the last one, but I feel like you didn't have an answer.
Squeeze one more in.
What's your comfort item? A blanket or a teddy?
I have my teddy.
What does it look like?
I have a lot, to be fair. So I can't sleep. When I'm at Finn's, I struggle to sleep because I don't have all my stuff. I've had a teddy since I was born. The day I was born, it is in pictures of me that my aunt got me. My teddy Freddie, that's his name.
Oh, Teddy Freddie.
Little Fred. He has literally been with me for 19 years now. Anyone touches him, I get sad. My siblings try and play with him. I'm like, what are you doing?
Younger siblings as well.
Yeah, they try and play with him. I'm like, what are you doing? My uncles used to hide him from me because they were only like 10 years older than me. Used to hide him as a joke, and I get really upset.
Yeah.
So Freddie has been a comfort. I literally still sleep with Freddie in my bed, and I also sleep with. What are you doing?
I was going to try and move because I feel like I was shutting you out. You can keep talking.
I feel. Well, you're covering my camera. You've made me unfocused.
Sorry.
Yeah, I So Freddie is my comfort in the sense that I like take him everywhere with me. I take him on holiday and stuff. I still do.
Have you ever lost him?
Oh,
on holiday
at an airport.
Oh no!
So on our bus transfer back to the airport, once we were leaving, I left him sitting on the wall at the hotel. We drove like 2 meters on the bus, and I had to get my uncle to run and get it, like get off the bus. He was like, "Hold up, I have to go get that teddy, or my niece will have a breakdown."
Yeah,
that's how attached I was. I think I was like 10. I was 16. No, I was like 10.
It was the other day.
But that's an attachment I have. I also have a blanket that I do sleep with, and like younger I used to sleep with my mum's dressing gown and stuff like that. It's just forms of comfort.
Okay.
It's just forms of comfort and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna have Freddie until I am
Falls
on
apart.
my deathbed. I'm pretty sure Freddie will be on my grave pinned up. Like,
Well, you could be buried with him.
I could be buried. Oh my god, you've just
can do
unlocked
that.
me and
Put
Freddie
him in
together
there
forever.
To the grave.
But he's literally, I've had him for so long, and it's gross. But like when Mum washes him, I get upset because like.
No, so do I.
My teddy.
I've got a panda.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the panda because I haven't had the panda. I've had a teddy since I was little.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the Barney movies?
Yeah.
With the egg and the twinkle. Yeah. I've got that. And because it's obviously quite an old film, my eldest cousin had it when he was a baby, and he's like 28 now.
Yeah.
So I don't know how. I mean, I think he's 28. Sorry if you're not 28. I don't know how old he is, but he's got 2 kids, so he's old enough. Yeah. So he's quite old, but I used to like him when I was younger. So I think it's because I was smaller.
Yeah.
And he felt big. He's honestly like probably. I'm not gonna say he's obviously bigger than my hand.
Yeah.
Probably like 2 of my hands together, so like really tiny. So I can't really like go like that.
Yeah. Well, there's literally pictures of me and Freddie where Freddie like is half my size when I was in my little bassinet with him, and now he's the tiniest thing ever to me.
Yeah, I don't like that though. I don't like the small one. Whereas the panda is like the perfect size, perfect softness, and I like go like this and I hold its hand when I'm like that. And when I feel anxious, I have him with me all the time.
We should get Freddie and the panda to meet. I reckon they'll have.
I should have brought them and put them up there.
I know, our little bonding toys. So yeah, as I was saying, obviously we have comfort items and teddies and stuff, but do you have a comfort film, movie, anything like that?
Friends.
I
don't. There's not a film. Just like with Friends, it's 20 minutes and it's always something different.
Yeah.
And I think what it is as well, if I'm nervous, I don't like seeing food.
Yeah.
So like I'll be scrolling. I don't have TikTok anymore, but I would go on there to distract myself when I'm anxious. As soon as food comes up, I'm like, oh my god, like I'd literally almost cry over it because I don't like the look of food or just I don't think anyone does. Like if I feel sick when I'm nervous, obviously I'm not gonna like seeing food. No. It just adds up, doesn't it? But friends like they don't really eat on there. No. Whereas films like
other than the one where Joey doesn't share his food.
Yeah, but it's like 2 seconds or like that you barely see it type of thing. Or there's another conversation, so you just don't.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not the main focus.
Yeah, whereas like with films, it is. Food will be a main focus, or they'll go out for dinner. So it's like I don't really want to see that.
Okay.
You know,
random reasoning.
Well, that's my logic behind it.
That's your logic. I have see, Dirty Dancing is just my go-to everything. Like I put it on all the time. Yeah, I knew you would say Friends, but also I just as distractions, I just enjoy getting invested in shows and stuff. I love binge watching shows and getting invested.
I try to not do that anymore.
I love it. I get invested in couples. I get invested in characters. Last night I was crying because a character died.
Oh my god, I used to do that all the time. Did you ever watch Dynasty?
Oh,
it's got the woman from Victorious in it. I haven't finished it.
No, I watched
it was like 2 years ago. I think I watched it, and there was one where the fucking house blew up, I cried so hard.
See,
over that.
I love being emotional because of films and stuff.
I do enjoy it.
I cried at Doctor Who. My boyfriend loves Doctor Who, made me watch it, and I was like, oh, I'm not really, it's like sci-fi, I'm not going to get invested. I bawled my eyes out at least once every season because I got so invested in the characters and stuff, and that just makes me happy to do for some reason. Yeah. I love it, and that's something that comforts me.
Sorry, Ben just text me.
End of.
You nearly wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, let's do the close off.
Okay, I don't really know what to say for the outro. I didn't write an outro.
You don't have to write.
Well, that's what I thought, but now I feel like I should have.
No, it's got to be from the heart.
Thanks for watching, everyone. No, I can't do that. That's so rude. Should I say any last words?
No, I've had a really nice time. I've enjoyed speaking with you about it, and I hope that people that do watch this or listen to it will know that they are not alone. Yeah. Well, this is a sort of this is how I wanted it to be because we've, like I said, I don't want to say it's lighthearted and just sort of it's a conversation.
It's just it is a lighthearted conversation about our anxiety. Yeah. And especially when I was growing up, I thought, oh my god, I'm the only person. Why am I like this?
Now you got us to listen
and you're the same, and there's obviously other people that feel like that. Yeah. So it's just nice, light-hearted, safe space.
I think the whole point of this is for people to feel like, obviously I'm don't want to take over Ellie's production, but people to feel like they are having a conversation with you. With us.
Yeah, because when I listen to podcasts, it's because I feel like they're talking to me. We're on the phone, and I love it. And that's what I wanted this to be like.
And it was. I think it's gone very well.
I'm quite proud of myself.
She's quite proud of herself.
Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of Exposure. I've been Ellie, and this is my guest.
Molly.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say my surname. Ellie Pyne, Molly Dine. I like and comment and subscribe.
Do all that fun stuff.
Oh, do you want to talk about your newsletter?
Oh, yeah. So this is going to be featured in a newsletter that I am creating. It's all surrounding mental health and stuff. So if you are... Mindscape, that's what it's called. If you are listening to this or watching this from source that isn't from me, make sure you check me out if you want to read into more mental health stories and stuff like that, see if it might help you or someone out a little bit.
I'll put a link to that in the description down below.
Link. Right, thank you.
That's fine.
Me.
Thank you for coming. I don't really know what to say. Okay, cool. Peace out.
Yeah. Everyone,
if you learn anything from this podcast, say fuck it more often.
Fuck it more often. Bye.
Period.
Walk
Bye.
up to the camera with your hand.
I can't. Love you. Bye.